It's time for You Called.
You Called. Presented by Playground.
Goodbye, Playground, your premier gaming destination. Major poker festivals are back at Playground. The March Million features 10 ring events and $1 million in guaranteed prize money, including a $400,000 guaranteed main event play in Playground's March Million Poker Series from March 23rd to April 2nd. Visit playground.ca for details. But what are we going to do now? Like, I got to go to the bathroom. We're 35 minutes overtime. I've been holding, I'm not 18 years old anymore, Manaya. I'm 50 years old. I just drank over a liter of water on the show. I had about a liter of water before the show. I have to pee, and Sammy's telling me that 66 spinning is on. Pretty soon I'm going to be spinning. Yeah, 66. What's going on?
I'm there.
Yeah, you want to put the sound down because we have like a 7-second delay. You understand? I hear myself twice.
Okay.
Yeah. What's going on? Is this you? Is this 66 spinning?
Yes.
What's your real name?
Stéphane.
Stéphane.
Oui.
Comment ça va?
Ça va très bien. Est-ce que c'est Tony?
Hold on a second. Do you want to speak with Tony Marinaro?
Yes, he wait for me.
Okay. Stéphane, what would you like to talk to Tony about? What would you like to talk about? I'm his producer. Tell me what you'd like to talk to him about. I'm gonna take some notes right now, Stéphane. What would you like to talk about?
I think we made the show yesterday about the subject of Carson Bruyère, but I want to tell him that I love his podcast. Okay. And I'm a fan of our Sportline since when I was young too.
Okay, so Stéphane, hold on 1 second here. You want to talk to Tony Marinaro. You want to talk to him about Carson Bruyère. See, what I do
I don't want to talk about this subject especially, but yesterday I think that me and Tony made the show. I have my 5 minutes of fame with his reaction.
He gave you his 5 minutes of fame. Tony's special. And so what we do here, I am the producer of the show, okay? So what I do is I just take down the subjects before we actually put Tony on the line, okay? So you want to call because Tony gave you your 5 minutes of fame yesterday. Perfect, okay. So your name is Stéphane, and Stéphane, where are you calling me from exactly? Where are you located? Where are you located, Stéphane?
Quebec City.
You're in Quebec City. Stéphane in Quebec City wants to talk to Tony because Tony gave him his 5 minutes of fame yesterday. Okay, before we put you on, and you're going to go on in about 30 seconds or so, okay? Before we put you on, we just ask our callers a question off the air because we're doing a survey, okay? Like Léger and Léger. Where would you rank Tony in terms of his ability to podcast? Where would you rank him? Superstar, star, very good, average, or terrible?
It's the first time I listen a sports line in English, and I'm mostly addict.
Superstar, okay, good. I'm sure Tony's going to be very, very happy about that. Would you say that last question before we put you on? Would you say that Tony Marinaro right now is the best sports podcaster in Canada?
Oh, in Canada, I don't listen any other podcast.
In Quebec? In
English.
In Quebec?
I think he's one of the best. I'm a listener also of the La Poche Bleue, but I think the podcast of Tony is better.
It's better. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's better for sure. 100%. Yeah. But they do a good job. But Tony's different. Okay. So
he's a great entertainer.
Tony's a great entertainer. Okay. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marinaro, the sick podcast, and I've been told by Sammy and Yellow that we have 66 spinning who's waiting, who wants to talk to me, and they tell me that his name is Stéphane. Stéphane's calling me from Quebec City. Stéphane, comment ça va? Marinaro here.
C'est toi, Tony?
Hey, c'est moi. Comment ça va, Stéphane?
Very good. Thank you to open the line for me. The last time I called at a sport line is in 1978. I called Maximono.
Maximono.
I think you know Maximono.
Mais oui, Maximono. He's no longer with us, is he?
No. He's died a few years ago.
Yes. He used to do les reportages for les Nordiques du Québec, the Quebec Nordiques.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I was not a fan of the Nordiques. I came from La Beauce, and in La Beauce, almost everybody in those times was fan of the Canadian.
Yeah. Hey,
The
Stéphane.
Nordiques was in the WHA in 78.
Yeah, of course. Yes. And then they got les Frères Stastny, and then they got les Tigres, Michel Bergeron. Those were the good old days. La rivalité, le Canadien de Montréal et les Nordiques du Québec dans les années 80. Remember that? It was Molson versus O'Keefe, and it was
absolutely
Jean Perron versus Michel Bergeron.
It was the reporters of Quebec City against the reporters of Montreal.
Those were the good old days. Hey, yesterday you didn't want me to talk about Carson Briere. You remember that? And I got mad at you, and I said to you, hey, 66 spinning. You know why I left radio? Because I wanted to do things on my own in the podcast world. I don't need a program director calling me once a week to tell me to stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing this, stop doing that. I'm going to do it my way. So when you told me yesterday, don't talk about Carson Briere, hey, did I go off on you? I went a little nuts. I said, you 66 spinning, you don't tell me what to do. You're not my program director. You're not even my colleague. You're not my intern. You're not my operator. You're not Sammy. You're not Agnello. And not even Sammy and Agnello tell me what to do. Hey, I went nuts. And then you wrote back and you said, I just got my 5 minutes of fame.
Yes, I think so. Absolutely.
Wow.
But we saw the interaction with the live and the chat. I think it was a good experience for us and for those guys who chat and your listener.
The people were going nuts. They loved it.
Somebody said, get him out or anything.
Yeah. They wanted me to kick you out of the chat. As a matter of fact, they wanted me to suspend you. They wanted me to block you. But you know what? I like to give second chances.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something else. The fact that you were able to call tonight and you didn't hide in the background. You called and you said, 66 spinning is me, Stéphane from Quebec City. And I want to say Tony gave me my 5 minutes of fame yesterday. And you know what? I'd be willing to bet that you're a fan of mine, right?
Absolutely.
Hey,
first time I saw you,
if we were to ask you, do you think Tony Marinaro is a superstar, a star, very good, average, or terrible? I'd be willing to bet all my money in the bank that you would say Marinaro is a superstar.
Absolutely, a superstar. Hey, Tony, it's the first time I'm a listener of a podcast or a sports line in English.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
That's unbelievable.
I listen to your podcast each night.
Yeah.
What is the reason it's not because it was in English. It's not my language, but it's because it's a great show.
But you know what I want to do? And I've been talking to Agnello about this for some time. I want to do another podcast. I'm going to give away my strategy here. I'm going to give away my plan. You know, some people, they don't like to give away their strategy. They don't like to give away their plan because they're worried that someone else is going to take it and run with it. I don't worry about these things. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, even if they end up doing what I want to do and then I end up doing it, it's them versus me, and I'll bet on me every time. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So I'll give away my plan right now. I want to do a bilingual podcast. When I worked in radio, and I worked in radio for 20 years, because of CRTC regulations, right? I couldn't do bilingual. I couldn't. Would have got my hands slapped, and the radio station would have said, you can't do that. This is an English all sports radio station. You need to speak English. But on podcast, we can do whatever you want. In podcasting, there are no rules. The only rules that we have with YouTube is that I can't play anything that's copyright, because if I do, 1 strike. If I play it again, 2 strikes. If I play it again, 3 strikes, I'm out. But other than that, I can do bilingual. You know why I want to do bilingual? For people like you, for Stéphane in Quebec City, who understands English, but if I give him a little bit of français, he's going to appreciate it very much. Il va beaucoup apprécier. Comprends-tu?
C'est sûr.
Ben oui, c'est sûr. Ben oui, c'est sûr. I used to go to the Dagobert, by the way, in Quebec City. Remember the Dagobert?
Is it still open? All the bars closed with the COVID crisis.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I used to go there back in the day. We're talking over 30 years ago.
But
yeah, I remember Monique used to work there. Hey, Stéphane.
Soon in Montreal.
Yeah. You know who used to work there? Monique. She used to say, mon beau Italien, toi aux yeux bleus. And I used to say, ben oui, Monique. Ben oui.
She works at the Dagobert?
Monique used to work at the Dagobert. La belle Monique. Ben oui.
Le beau gap?
Oui, la belle Monique used to work at the Dagobert.
Okay.
Yeah. You heard the story when I met José at Superneuf in Chambly?
No, I
said,
I never goes to
yeah. We looked each other in the eyes, and I said to her, I said, José, je vais être bien honnête avec toi. Avec moi, c'est pas pour la vie. C'est pour la nuit.
She said to you, tu es mon amour ce soir.
The next day, we were having breakfast, me, her, and ses parents.
Okay.
Mais c'est comme ça. You know? I'm an open book, eh? I'll tell you the way it is. Moi, là, j'ai pas de secret. Elle va toujours dire la vérité. Comprends-tu?
Yes, on dirait un podcast de Huguette Proulx.
Ben oui. Hey, you know what? Moi, j'aime beaucoup parler avec toi. I like talking to you. I've never met you before, but I feel a connection with you. I used to have this connection, and I still do, by the way, with the great Peter from Côte Saint-Luc. Have you ever heard of Peter?
No.
One day, we're going to go for coffee or for lunch or for supper. Me, you, and Peter. Peter is fantastic. Peter came up with the team concept in hockey. You know what the team concept is?
Yes, for sure.
Team. You know what it stands for? The acronym for team. You know what it stands for? Okay. Team is total emotion and motivation. Total emotion and motivation. When the Canadians played the Toronto Maple Leafs in the playoffs a couple of years ago in round 1, and Toronto was up 3-1, Peter from Côte Saint-Luc called my show, and he said that he had figured out he had the trick to beating the Leafs and eliminating the Leafs. Nobody had thought about what he said. Hey, Stéphane, don't laugh. Nobody had thought about what he said. Nobody. And then he called in and he said it, and the Canadians did it, and the series turned around just like that. You want to know what he said?
No.
He said, double shift your best players. Think about that. Dominic Ducharme started to double shift his best players. Sheldon Keefe did not, and the Canadians came back and won the series. Double shift your best players.
Do you think Dominic Ducharme understand that your friend said?
Hold on a second. There's a gentleman, Ray Sandu, who wants us to pull like an all-nighter tonight. Look, I'm not one who looks at the clock. I don't know about you. I don't look at the clock. When I'm comfortable with someone, when I'm talking sports, when I'm in my element, I don't look at the clock. Do you look at the clock?
No.
Would you like to continue this conversation with me?
Absolutely, but your listener...
No, the listeners love you. Listen, I could go all night, by the way. Do you work tomorrow?
Yes.
At what time do you work at exactly? At what time do you work at?
No, it's not a problem for me.
It's not a problem. You can go back. You can go to work tomorrow in a couple of hours sleep or what?
Absolutely. I said to you that I'm staying in Quebec City, but I'm from La Beauce.
You're from La Beauce. Okay. Very, very good. Okay. Now, do you have to take a bathroom break by any chance?
A bathroom? No.
You don't. Tu dois pas aller à la toilette, là.
Non.
OK, parce que moi, je dois aller à la toilette.
D'accord.
OK, donc qu'est-ce qu'on va faire, là? Agnello, I don't know if there's some kind of music that you can play for him. Okay. Why don't you do this? Stéphane, why don't you take 1 minute to tell people who you are and what your interests are? They're going to listen to you. Moi, je vais faire pipi. Puis je reviens. Correct?
C'est sûr.
Et toi, tu vas parler. Dis au monde, speak English, French. It doesn't speak whatever you want to speak. And Yellow's probably going to fire me tonight, by the way. But it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back. Don't leave, eh? Are you ready to start talking to the people? Listen. I want you.
I said, okay, let's go.
I want you for 30 seconds to host the show. So go on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Thanks. Hi, guys. Okay, I post some chat about the WHA, the Nordics. Some guys are fans of the Nordic. Atford Whalers, Minnesota Fighting Saints, Crusader of Cleveland. Those guys. When I was young, I am a WHA fan. Also the NHL with the Canadians, but the Canadians won every time. They won the cup. And Guy Lafleur was my idol, absolutely. But I have a good crush about the WHA. So,
yeah,
could you chat some memories about the WHA guys? Okay, I'm going to watch that.
Okay.
Yeah. What the people chat about the?
Okay, I'm back.
I want to the other guys on the line or other ladies. Okay.
Yeah.
What are there's memories about the WHA?
The WHA, like I don't listen.
Les Nordiques, les Crusaders de Cleveland, les Fighting Saints Minnesota, les Whalers Atford, the Indianapolis Racers.
I think I forgot the one.
Okay, with this league.
Hold on,
also with the NHL, with the Boston Bruins, Bobby Orr,
Stéphane,
with the great team.
Stéphane.
Yes.
Okay, look, I'm back, and I washed my hands after, but I think I forgot the sink open. Hold on a second. Okay, Stefan. All right. Okay, we're back. All right. Okay. Stefan, hold on a second. You're in Quebec City, okay?
Yes.
The Dagobert is there. La Belle Monique is there. The Nordiques used to be there. Les Frères Stachny. Le but de refuser d'Alain Côté. My buddy Michel Le Tigre Bergeron. I took a picture with him the other day. And
Yes.
I'm in Montreal and all the beauty that Montreal has. And we're talking about the WHA. We got to find something else to talk about. If you and I are going to talk all night here, this is what we're going to do.
No.
The first thing we're going to do, Stefan, we're going to break a record tonight. Okay. It's 11:55 p.m. I don't think we've ever gone on this long before. I don't think we have. Agnello, you can tell me in the chat if we've ever gone on this long before. Let's go after midnight. This way we're actually into tomorrow. Okay? Let's go on after midnight. By the way, now that you and we broke the ice, if I don't tell you
appreciate it doing.
Okay. Okay. Hold on a sec. I've been told that we have to go to commercial break. So we're going to go to commercial break for 30 seconds. You're probably going to hear from my producer again, and then we'll come back. Will you wait?
Okay.
Tony. Yeah. Go to commercial. Okay, going. The Sick Podcast will be back in about 30 seconds with Tony Marinaro. The Sick Podcast usually plays weeknights starting at 10 p.m. or directly right after the Montreal Canadiens hockey game. Listen to the Sick Podcast, and you can also follow them on Twitter at the Sick Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to their YouTube channel as well. It's absolutely free. And the beauty of subscribing to their YouTube channel is not only is it free for you, but the more people subscribe, the more people watch, the more money Agnello makes, and the bigger a commission Tony makes. And yes, as Tony has already mentioned on the program, he, Agnello, and Sammy are 50-50 on the business. One day, it will likely sell for $100 million, and Tony Marinaro will take off with about $50 million, and he'll finally be able to get that so desired condo that he so much wants in lovely Florida. Tony, you're going back in 20 seconds. I'm just going to go back to Stefan.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Stefan. It's the producer again. We're going to be back in about 10 seconds time. Okay.
Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marinaro back on the Sick Podcast, and we're going back to my buddy 66 Spinning, who has told us that his name is Stefan in Quebec City. Hey, Stefan, thanks so much. We had to pay some bills. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Hey, Tony, you said a few days ago that tu gagnais $640 de l'heure, $640 by hour to be a partner or
no. So in 2010, I was a collaborator on L'Attaque à 5. And on L'Attaque à 5, all right, if memory serves me well, because it's now 13 years ago, we would do
13 years ago. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we would do an hour of television. We would have a panel of 4 people, plus the late, great Jean Paget was the host. Okay. And back then, we used to make $500 gross a show, $500. But there were some nights where the show was going to be replayed on another occasion, like the next day. So we were paid a premium for that. So on those nights, we got paid $610 a show.
It seems to be fair.
Well, fair. That was a lot of money. Look, I got paid more then than you make on radio now.
I think so.
Not on radio. I mean on television now. Like if you go to a show now, you will not make $610. You'll not make $610. But back in 2010, I made $610.
Hey,
Marco, come. Marco, come. You can come. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm live. Why are you still up, man? It's midnight.
Another.
Come on. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It does? Tell Mom that we want to go in the Guinness World Book of Records tonight. We want to do 24 hours.
No. I'm not going to 24 hours.
No, but I'm not going to do 24 hours with you, Stefan. I'm going to do it with somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you and I. You listen.
Maybe you're going to call your barber?
My barber probably sleeping right now. He's probably sleeping right now. But, should we try calling him? Should I try calling him on the phone to see if he's awake or no, or we should just let it go? No, but don't worry about it. Listen to me. This is what I'm going to do with you.
You have a lot of contact on your phone, I think.
Me? I got more contacts than lens crafters. Yeah.
We saw Lyle of the line a few minutes ago.
Lyle O'Deline, yeah. You remember that story? You remember the story with Lyle O'Deline, right?
Which one?
Well, Lou Lamoriello was the general manager of the New Jersey Devils. And Réjean Houle was the general manager of the Montreal Canadiens.
Mm-hmm.
And Réjean Houle called, the story goes that Réjean Houle called Lou Lamoriello and he said, I want Stéphane Richer from you. Tell me what I have to give up. And then there was a call waiting and Lou said, hold the line. And Réjean Houle said, done deal. Richer for O'Deline.
Okay.
That's a joke, by the way. It's a joke. It's a joke
about the peanuts.
Yeah. This is what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna hold on to you for another 24 hours, okay? But I'd like to do this, okay? It's 12:02 a.m. Okay, 12:02 a.m. What do you say?
Is your longest podcast since the beginning?
This is probably my longest podcast since the beginning. But I can do things for a very extended period of time. You understand? With me, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Okay.
Why don't we do this? I'm going to keep you until 5 a.m. Is that okay?
No. I don't stay there. Don't say that.
You can't stay until 5 a.m.?
No.
No. You have an appointment or?
I could stay a few more minutes.
Just a few more minutes.
I like to talk with you. And
are you like my buddy Georges Larac? When you go to bed, do you hold on to a pillow?
Oh, you talk about a pillow. Oh,
George,
you made to print some pillow. You have a great T-shirt, but maybe some pillow. I think you're gonna sell them and make a few bucks with that.
Yeah. Why don't we do this? Speaking of shirts, what size do you take?
Me?
Yeah.
Large.
You take a large. Okay. I'm going to do this, okay?
Okay.
I was playing with you before. I was teasing you before. I was having fun with you before, okay? And you know what? You're great. You're a good sport. I want to send you a T-shirt. What would you like me to write on the front of the T-shirt? Tell me what you would. Would you want me to have double shift your best players? Or would you want me to say, I'm Marinaro? Or
Marinaro is sick about 66 spinning.
Marinaro
Sick
is
off ou
6 about
sick
66
off
spinning.
ou sick about, là.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Or how about Marinaro is sick! Exclamation point. You like that one?
Yes.
That's not bad. Marinaro is sick. You would wear that?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, in ending, as I hear my wife coming down the stairs, and right now she's probably livid at me, and she's probably saying, "What are you doing on at 12:05 a.m. for just $500,000 a year? Is it worth it?" And she's probably right. It's probably not worth it. Okay. But can I ask you this? 66 spinning comes from where exactly?
In Quebec City?
Quebec City? No, but 66. Where did you get 66? The name 66. Where did you get that?
Oh, okay. It's on YouTube. I opened an account
Yeah.
it's 8 or 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and I made spinning on a spinning bike. And
Okay.
66, this is the year I was born.
Okay. That's the year that you were born.
Simple explanation.
Okay. You were born in the summer
And
of 66.
Sorry?
You were born in the summer of 66.
No, in November 66.
Oh, yeah. What day in November? What day?
5.
I'm born on the 23rd of November. You're a Scorpio. I'm a Sagittarius.
Scorpions.
You're a Scorpio. Hey,
Right.
what we're going to do is I want to get you a large shirt. Marinaro is sick. But once I get you that shirt, this is what I want you to do. Where can I get it to you? So you're going to email me, Tony@thesickpodcast.com, with your phone number. I'm going to call you back tomorrow. You're going to give me your address tomorrow, and I'm going to get a shirt out to you. You want to know why? Because tonight, you and I, we made history. This podcast started at 10 p.m. tonight. It's ending at 12:07, 12:08. When I get off, Agnello and Sammy are going to go nuts. He's probably going to be sleeping, the guy.
It's more than 5 minutes of fame, Tony.
Yeah, no, but tonight,
Maybe an hour.
You see what happened tonight? The Sick Podcast took a different twist. Tonight, we brought it to another level.
Okay.
Yeah, okay? So send me an email, Tony@thesickpodcast.com. Send me your number. I'll call you tomorrow. I'll get your address. And in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get you a nice black large shirt. Marinaro is sick. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bonne nuit, Stéphane. Bonne nuit.
Très bonne nuit, Tony.
Okay.
C'est un grand plaisir de t'avoir parlé.
I'm Marinaro, and that clip you just watched is from our most recent episode of the Sick Podcast. Once again, follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and you'll be notified when we go live. I'm Marinaro. Tell your friends about it. This podcast, like me, is pretty sick.